Have you ever noticed a strange paradox in life? The more you speak up to explain, the more people misunderstand you. The harder you try to prove yourself, the more you appear as if you are hiding something. And the stronger you react to injustice, the easier it is for others to see you as the one at fault. In a noisy world where everyone is fighting to be right, the truth is often buried under distortions, impulsive emotions, and narrow perspectives. Yet there is something few people realize. When you stop explaining, the truth begins to speak for itself. When you stop chasing fairness, fairness returns to find you. And when you choose silence instead of reacting, you hand the rest over to karma, an invisible force that never arrives late. Silence is not weakness. Silence is the step back of someone who understands that words sometimes pull you deeper into the trap others have set for you. They want you angry. They want you out of control. They want you to speak so they can twist every sentence in the direction they desire. But when you say nothing, they no longer have anything to hold on to. Think of an echo in the mountains. You shout once and the sound comes back exactly as it is. What others send out will return to them. A lie becomes a burden for the liar. A betrayal becomes a lesson for the betrayer. An insult becomes a mirror that reflects the true nature of the one who gives it. You do not need to rush to justify yourself or jump into arguments. Life has its own way of restoring balance. In this video, we will walk through 7 important moments, the times when silence is not only a wise choice, but also a strategy that helps you preserve your dignity, your peace, and your inner strength. 7 moments when stepping back allows karma to step forward for you, and the final moment, I promise, will completely change the way you see silence. Let us begin. First, when someone lies about you, it is always one of the most painful and infuriating experiences. Not because the lie is powerful, but because it distorts the image you have spent years building. You hear someone mention something you never did, never said, and never even thought of. A heavy feeling spreads across your chest as if someone is squeezing the peace inside you. Your first instinct is always to stand up and explain, to tell everyone you are innocent, and to put out the fire that is spreading. But in that exact moment, you must stay aware that your reaction may feed that lie. People who create stories about you do not care about the truth. Their goal is not to prove what is right. Their goal is to create emotion. They want to see you angry. They want to see you lose control. They want you to respond so they have more reasons to turn the story into a longer script. They do not need the truth. They only need your reaction. And when you rush to defend yourself, you give them exactly what they want. A lie appears even more believable when you desperately try to prove it wrong. Stoic philosophy states clearly that reputation, while important, can never be more important than inner calm. Marcus Aurelius once wrote that if something is not true, then you do not need to explain it to anyone. Integrity is not what you declare with words. It is what you show through your actions every day. A person who lives with honesty does not need to protect themselves from rumors. They only need to keep living right. Imagine a man who is falsely accused by his coworkers. He has 2 choices. One is to run around explaining himself to everyone. The other is to remain calm, continue doing his job well, and allow time to uncover the truth. When he chooses silence, people are doubtful at first, but then they observe how he lives. He does not waver, he does not retaliate, and he does not try to fight anyone. Meanwhile, the one who made up the story begins to expose more inconsistencies the more they speak. In the end, the truth rises on its own without him saying a single word. When someone lies about you, silence is not weakness. It is your way of refusing to step into the dirty game they created. You protect your mind, your dignity, and most importantly, your right to choose how you respond. Because the truth always finds its way back, and you do not need to chase after it. Second, focus on your integrity. When you know who you are and what you live for, lies or distorted opinions about you can no longer shake you. The Stoics believe that no one can touch your mind unless you give them permission. They may fabricate stories, smear your name, or create an entirely different version of you, but they cannot break your true nature unless you allow it. Integrity is not something you run around explaining or proving. It is what you show every day through your actions, through the way you treat others, and through the decisions you make even when no one is watching. The silence of integrity always carries more strength than the noise of distortions. When someone lies about you, your natural reaction is fear that others will believe it. You fear being misunderstood and fear damage to your reputation. But remember this, people who quickly believe something negative are rarely the ones who are deep enough or who value you enough to stay with you in the long run. Those who truly understand your worth will not be easily swayed by cheap rumors. And those who are willing to leave you because of a fabricated story were already standing on the opposite side long before. People may doubt what you say, but they cannot deny the way you live. A kind person is recognized through their actions. An honest person is proven through how they handle challenges. When you continue living right and keep your heart clean, time becomes your protector. The truth will appear without you having to shout or argue. Most importantly, integrity helps you preserve your inner peace. When you understand that your worth does not lie in other people's words, you become free. And that freedom is something no one can steal. So if they lie about you, let them talk. As for you, all you need to do is remain yourself. Time will handle the rest. Third, when someone insults you, we must talk about something all of us face. Insults, whether said to your face, whispered behind your back, or disguised in a harmless joke, all share the same purpose. They are made to provoke you, to poke at your pride, and to pull you down to the same level as the person who delivered them. And for that reason, every insult is not only an emotional challenge, but also a test of self-control. The person who insults you is not seeking truth. They are seeking power. They want to see you uncomfortable, they want to see you angry, and they want to see you lose the calm that defines a wise person. Because the moment you react is the moment you hand them control over your state of mind. The Stoic masters understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius once said that the best revenge is to be unlike the person who wrongs you, a simple sentence carrying an entire philosophy of living. When you respond with anger, you become a reflection of what you despise. When you argue with someone small-minded, you shrink yourself. And when you give weight to an insult by reacting to it, you unintentionally prove that the insult matters more than it truly does. Instead, your silence carries the strength of a solid stone wall. It does not fight back, it does not explain, and it does not need to prove anything. It simply stands firm, forcing the one who insulted you to face the smallness within themselves. Imagine you are standing in a crowded room and someone suddenly throws a sarcastic remark at you. Every eye turns toward you, waiting to see how you will react. If you get angry, you give them exactly what they want. If you argue back, you step onto the stage they created. But if you simply look at them calmly, offer a faint smile, or choose not to react at all, the entire situation shifts immediately. The person who insulted you becomes uneasy. Those who are watching quietly begin to see who truly carries more character. And the most important thing is that you preserve your own dignity without saying a single word. An insult is a test aimed at those who are easily shaken by the world around them. But silence in the face of insult is the strength of someone who understands that their worth does not lie in the mouth of another person. When someone insults you, they reveal their nature. And when you remain silent, you reveal your strength. Let your stillness become the wall they cannot climb, and let karma handle the rest. Fourth, when they play the victim, we must talk about one of the most frustrating and manipulative behaviors. People who play the victim are not searching for truth. They are searching for pity. They do not care about solving the problem. They only care about making themselves appear weaker, more helpless, and more hurt in order to hide their real responsibility in the situation. This is the type of person who can do something wrong, yet immediately turn themselves into the wounded one when confronted. They cry, they complain, they twist the story, and they turn you into the villain with just a few carefully chosen sentences. The most dangerous part is that they do not need evidence. They only need emotion. And emotion, when presented in the right way, can make others side with them blindly. The problem with dealing with someone who plays the victim is that you cannot win with logic. The more you explain, the more you appear to be attacking them. The more evidence you present, the more you are seen as lacking compassion. The more you hold your ground, the more you are painted as heartless. In the eyes of the audience, you are the stronger one, and they are the weak one. That alone is enough to shut down every defense you try to make. The Stoics understood that arguing with such people only drains you. Epictetus said that complaining never creates solutions. It only complicates the problem. Those who play the victim survive on that very habit of complaining, and your reaction is exactly what they use to fuel their performance. Imagine you have a coworker who always avoids responsibility. Every time she is corrected, she immediately bursts into tears, claims she is being treated unfairly, says no one understands her, and insists that everyone is against her. When you present facts, she ignores them. When you break down the work, she does not care. All she needs is to convince others that she is the wounded one to escape any accountability. And if you continue arguing, you instantly become the cruel one in the eyes of those around you. She uses emotion to erase logic. But when you choose silence, when you stop reacting, when you withdraw your energy from that performance, she no longer has anyone to play against. The victim role can only survive when there is someone cast as the villain. When you refuse to participate, the entire act collapses. Let time do its job. People who play the victim repeat the same pattern everywhere they go. They complain to this person, they vent to that person, they change places but never change their ways. That repetition exposes them naturally. Those around them begin to notice that they always have a new sad story, a new bad guy, and a new excuse to avoid responsibility. And at that moment, they lose trust, not because you spoke up, but because they revealed themselves. When someone plays the victim to manipulate you, silence is not only a wise choice, it is a shield that protects your energy. Those who seek truth never need to shout. Those who have integrity never need to perform. And those who understand karma know that there is no need to expose anyone. You only need to stand still and let the truth walk out of the shadows on its own. Fifth, when they overlook your worth, we must talk about one of the most painful yet important lessons in life. It is the moment you realize you are giving a lot while receiving very little. You text first and they reply later. You care and they act indifferent. You try to maintain the connection while they only maintain the habit. You always show up while they only show up when it is convenient. Over time, you feel not only disappointment, but also invisibility. And what hurts you the most is that you once believed you had a place in their heart, only to realize that in their world, your presence was never that important. The Stoics saw being undervalued as a test of self-respect. You cannot force someone to recognize your worth. The more you try to prove it, the more you diminish yourself. The more you chase, the farther they run. Human nature often undervalues what is too easy to have and treasures what they fear losing. If you are always there, they assume you will never leave. If you are always the one who initiates, they begin to think your presence is guaranteed. But when you step back, when you become silent, when you stop trying, the space you leave behind becomes a mirror that reflects the truth they had never noticed. This is not a debt you must collect or a punishment you deliver. This is simply you returning to yourself. You stop placing your heart in the hands of someone who does not appreciate it. You stop investing energy into one-sided relationships, and you learn one of life's greatest lessons. Your presence is a gift, not an obligation. Those who fail to recognize that will soon feel the emptiness left when you withdraw. Imagine a man who is always the one to call, text, and check in about every little thing. He believes he is building connection while the other side sees it as routine. One day he stops texting, becomes silent, and lets things unfold naturally. He then discovers a truth more revealing than any explanation. Those who value him will look for him. Those who do not care will disappear. And that silence, though painful, helps him see clearly who deserves his time and his heart. When someone overlooks your worth, do not argue, do not beg, and do not explain. Step back. Let your silence become the lesson life will teach on your behalf. Those who belong with you will always recognize your value. Those who do not will walk out of your life on their own. That is the fairest form of karma, and it does not require a single word from you. 6, when they try to provoke you, we must talk about one of the strongest forms of self-control a person can possess. Some people are not looking for peace. They are looking for a reaction. They tease you, plant suggestive remarks, use their eyes or attitude to push you out of your calm state. Not because they are brave, but because this is the only way they feel they have a bit of power in their chaotic world. When you get angry, they win. When you lose your composure, they feel important. When you step into the argument they created, you become a puppet in their emotional game. The truth is that those who provoke are rarely as strong as they pretend to be. They are afraid of your silence because silence removes the only leverage they have. The Stoics understood that control does not come from changing others, but from mastering your own reaction. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that you control your mind, not the outside world. When someone throws a spark in front of you and you refuse to pick it up, you are the one who wins. Imagine you are in a meeting room and someone repeatedly tries to attack you. Every sentence feels like a needle waiting to pierce your calm. If you react, you fall straight into their trap. But if you simply look at them, keep your voice steady and continue presenting your work as if their words cannot reach you, something interesting happens. They become uneasy. They become irritated. They lose patience because they cannot shake you the way they expected. Provocation only works when you allow it into your mind. If you do not open the door, every arrow they shoot falls to the ground before reaching you. When someone tries to provoke you, silence is not endurance. Silence is the declaration that you are not a puppet in their game. Strength is not the one who shouts the loudest. Strength is the one who does not need to shout and still holds power. Let karma handle those who enjoy stirring trouble. You only need to stay calm because calmness is the sharpest weapon you possess. When you ignore those who try to provoke you, you take away the satisfaction they crave, and that is true power. Your silence confuses them. Your silence exposes their pettiness. Your silence forces them to face their own insecurity. And that is the moment you step out of the toxic spiral they created. But the greatest lesson lies in the seventh moment. When they regret losing you, we must talk about the moment in life that teaches people the most expensive lesson. Some people only realize your value after you leave. When you were there, they saw your care as something automatic. When you gave, they thought it was obligation. When you tried to fix things, they assumed you would never walk away. Then one day you became quiet. You stopped explaining. You did not try to keep them. You did not hold on to what no longer belonged to you. You simply pulled back your energy, pulled back your heart, and let everything return to its rightful place. And only then did they begin to see what they had lost. The Stoics understood clearly that another person's regret is not something you need to respond to. Epictetus said that no one can be free unless they master themselves. Mastering yourself sometimes means not returning to places that once hurt you, no matter how regretful they are now. Their regret is not an invitation to walk back into the past. Their regret is simply the delayed response of someone who took for granted what they should have cherished from the start. Imagine someone who once overlooked you, someone who did not appreciate your presence or the care you offered. When you were there, they did not see. But when you became silent and stepped away, the emptiness began tapping on their mind piece by piece. They remember the check and messages they ignored. They remember the times you showed up and they did not pay attention. They remember the peace that only you brought. Then one day they come back and say they regret it, that they have now realized your value. But by then everything is different because you have healed in your silence. And a healed person is no longer the one who can be easily hurt as before. When someone regrets losing you, remember that their regret is not your responsibility. You do not need to return and you do not need to explain. Respect the journey you have walked, respect the pain you have overcome, and respect the peace you now have. Sometimes what karma wants you to understand is this: a closed door is not meant for you to wait at, it is meant for you to move forward, and your silence is the reminder that your worth never depends on anyone's late awakening. Finally, when you look back at these 7 moments, you will realize that silence is not a weak retreat. It is the way you take back control of your life. In a world where everyone wants to speak more, argue faster, and react stronger, silence becomes the language of a mind that has matured. It is not defeat. It is rising above. It is not ignoring. It is recognizing what deserves your energy and what does not. The Stoics always believed that a person's greatest strength lies not in the ability to change others, but in the ability to master oneself. When you choose silence at the right moment, you protect your peace, your dignity, and your inner strength from unnecessary storms. You no longer chase lies. You are not pulled into insults. You are not dragged into victim performances. You are not used by indifference. You are not shaken by provocation, and you are not swayed by someone else's belated regret. Silence helps you see what noise often hides. It gives you space to observe the behavior of others and, more importantly, to observe yourself. It gives you time to recognize who truly belongs with you and who is only a passing shadow in your life. It gives you the clarity to know when to hold on, when to let go, when to walk away, and when to stay still. Silence does not solve everything instantly, but it clears the path for karma to finish the rest. What belongs to you does not need arguments to keep. What does not belong to you will leave no matter what you say. And what is built on falsehood will collapse without you lifting a finger. If these reflections resonate with you even a little, leave a comment so I know where you are in your journey. Press like to help spread these lessons, because someone out there may need them too. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel so you can continue walking alongside Stoic ideas that may change the way you think, react, and live every day. Keep your calm as a weapon, your silence as strength, and your self-control as the compass that guides you. When you master your silence, you master your life.